Bad actions will lead to bad momentum. And what I mean by that is every single bad action that you take whenever, that will lead into another bad action, which will lead into another bad action, another one, and it'll just be a downward spiral from there. And a prime example of that is me right now. It's currently Saturday, August 9th, 1:53 a.m. And I have to be up tomorrow, well, actually today, at 6:15 a.m. So not much sleep. The problem is, last night I also had not that great sleep, right? So you can see how it kind of cascades into a pretty bad problem. Even worse is I went out to dinner with my girlfriend today, and I ate noodles, and it was really oily, and there wasn't much meat, right? Not much protein. And for some context, I'm on a very low carb diet, right? I'm just focusing on proteins, fats, veggies, and whatnot. And what that does is that it keeps my energy levels strong, makes me focus, right? And it doesn't make me feel like shit. So after I ate the noodles, I felt like shit. But even worse, we went to get boba afterwards, and I got a large milk tea, right? 50% sugar, but it was so freaking sweet, right? A large milk tea with also, lychee jelly and pearls. Man, guys, that shit was sweet, right? And so, like that, the dinner decision led into the dessert decision, which was, because at that point I was like, all right, screw it, might as well indulge. That shit was the worst mistake ever, because I felt like the most shit in the whole entire world. Like, my stomach was like, ugh, right? My mind, even now, is just like, it's not sharp, it's not quick. I feel kind of stupid, right? And then it led me to indulging in this other drink at home that was just like a fruit drink that was just too sweet. And then I ended up scrolling and binge watching. Like, dude, I was watching stuff about George Yankos and fucking Logan Paul and their beef. And then also, it's so stupid. Like, the Island Boys, like, what am I doing, bruh? Right? And the thing is, I usually never do that shit. It's only until like one bad thing happens and then it leads to another. Because at that point, my mental fatigue is already, like, my willpower is already just depleted, right? It's just like, I'm cooked. Willpower wise. And so I give in so easily. And so like it really starts with one bad action, and that one bad action can lead into everything else. So that's why it's very important to spot those bad actions and like catch it right there, pinpoint it, and then immediately follow it with a good action so that you can stop that pattern right there. And I've seen this way too many times myself, and I'm happy I'm catching it hopefully now. I'm not going to get much sleep tomorrow. And it's things like these that cause bad things. Like, for example, I had a car crash because I slept behind the wheel because of something similar. I slept late and for too many consecutive days, and I ended up crashing. Like, it's scary to think about, like, how one small bad action can just cascade and really gain momentum, really bad momentum, and cause really bad things to happen in your life. So my advice to you, I'm praying for you. My advice to you is to spot the bad action right away and immediately follow it up and cut off the pattern by having a good habit, right? And honestly, one of the best habits, guys, I'm gonna be dead honest, is just sleeping early. Like, sleep early, get your full 8 hours in so that you're not stupid like I am, right? And also eat clean. I think if you do those two things, you will be like a million times ahead than everyone else. At least 99% of the people in this world, right? So tomorrow I'm gonna go on a super clean cut. I feel pretty awful right now. I'm gonna be completely honest, but I think it's important to document these moments and these learning lessons because I'm gonna become a millionaire. It's gonna happen, and so to be able to share these lessons and where I fall short, I think is super important. So that when people watch, look back at my videos, they're like, "Oh shit!" So that's what I don't want to do, right? And it's also a good reminder for me to get better. So. If you're watching this, please get in your full 8 hours of sleep. If you need to sleep earlier to do so, do it, right? And eat clean, all right? Limit your amount of carbs. Focus on high proteins, high fats. Get your veggies in, get your fruits in, no processed shit, right? It's going to make you feel so much better. There's a lot of science that goes behind it. I can explain it to you, but I don't want to bore you with the details. But I got to be up in a few hours. I have a training workshop tomorrow that I'm super excited about, that I also need to prep for. So a lot of things to do. But today, honestly, wasn't too bad. Like, I woke up at 4 a.m., had a 5 a.m. client, and I came home And then I was just prepping for my onboarding for my new client that paid me $4,500, $1,000 up front, $500 for the next 7 months. And I was able to do my outbound for LinkedIn. I was standing in the sun for like 30 minutes straight, just doing selfie videos. I'm actually getting really, really good with it now. I recorded 30 videos in the span of like 30 minutes. So I was very, very happy, very impressed. In the hot sun, my phone was overheating. But anyway, and then I had the onboarding call with my client, with my new client, went super well. Asked him for any feedback. He said he literally could not give any, and he's a critical guy. But he thinks that Alma and I, my nutritionist, are doing a phenomenal job. I love Alma so much, bro. She is phenomenal. She's like smart, she's quick, and she gave him a great experience. And so it's crazy, guys. Like, one person can really change your business and your life. Really, genuinely. It makes the journey a lot more fun too. What was I gonna say? But Alma and I, we hopped on a call beforehand to figure all this shit out. I'm so happy I did that because I caught something that would have been really bad for him. He was about to go on 4,000 calories for his diet. I was like, oh, that doesn't look right, Alma. So we checked it out, and now he's actually doing a good cut, which is around 2,000 calories. But after that, I sent some stuff out for my clients, accountability wise. I went out to eat with my friends, Varun, Matt Lee, and Kevin. It was pretty fun. We ate food. I ate salad chicken, so very healthy. At that point, still very healthy. But then I went to my client, picked up my girlfriend, went to her house to send out some accountability messages, checking in on my clients, and that's where I went wrong. Right after that point, the moment we left for dinner, just went to shit afterwards, right? But there is a lot of good stuff that comes out of this, and it's the lesson I shared, which is bad actions build bad momentum. And the only way to stop that is by inserting good actions so that it goes back up into good momentum, right? Life really is about momentum. So that's my biggest lesson. And I had a conversation with my boss today, and there's so many lessons, guys. But the key lesson that that I told my boss that I've learned in the past few weeks is that, number one, I know that I'm going to be very successful in this personal training field because I genuinely care about the clients. And this is something that is relatively new for me. And it's because of that one sales call that I'm so blessed to have. That really, honestly, that made me kind of depressed for about a day or two because I was really sad about it. But the reason why I couldn't sell that one sales call with that guy named Vic is because I wasn't confident. Like, I was super agreeable and I wasn't confident in what I was saying and like my the health advice that I wanted to give him, but I didn't. It's because I never truly accepted my role as a personal trainer, my identity as a personal trainer, like an expert or master personal trainer. And so, like, I wasn't confident in the advice I had to give. And also, I didn't care about clients. Like, that's just me being honest, right? Like, I didn't genuinely care about their success. I could say it. Maybe I could show a little bit. But ultimately, my actions reflected that I didn't genuinely care about the progress, right? Because if I did, I'd be checking in on them every single day. I'd be on top of them. I'd be asking them questions. I'd make sure that they're on top of their shit to see, that they have results. Which I'm doing now, thankfully, right? But back then, I was like, it's whatever. I want to be the business guy, the guy that does ops, the guy that manages and hires teams, the guy that, focuses on marketing, building SOPs, stuff like that. And that's where I went wrong, right? And I went wrong because there's so much value to, making sure that clients get results, which I'm going to get into. But if the reason if the video cut off, it's because my phone storage died and I had to, kind of restart the recording. Anyway, the reason why it's so important, for me to care about the clients is that, one, I get better at what I need to get better at, which is the ultimate source of the value that the business is forming, which is helping people lose weight, right? I'm getting really, really good at that, both psychology-wise and, just figuring stuff out. But also, when I get people results and when I am invested, it's like a feedback loop, right? Because when I take the time to invest in them, they invest back into me, and I see them change, and it feeds into itself, and it is one of the most genuinely fulfilling things ever to see a client win, and to know that I had a part in that, and their win is my win. Like I genuinely feel so happy. Like one of my clients, my 5 a.m. client actually, she lost 5 pounds, and when she told me, I jumped up and down, and I hugged her, and I gave her a high five, and I was genuinely so like happy for her. Right? And people can feel that. People can feel that emotion, that true, sincere care for them. And when that happens, they trust you more, and they follow through with what you give to them, and in turn again, they will win. And it's a crazy feedback loop, right? It's a comfy pillow. And so there's that. That's another reason why it's important for me to focus on becoming the best personal trainer possible. The second thing is that when clients see results, they are a literal walking testimonial. If a client is overweight, let's say 100 pounds, and we help them lose 100 pounds, they are literally a walking testimonial. And how do I know this? Because one of my online coaching clients, I've been working with him for 9 months, didn't see anything of it, as in like I didn't see any more money from him. But just by chance, that 9-month client, his name is Daniel, he was talking with his friend, his name is Jay, and Jay's son saw Daniel, was like, Daniel, you changed, right? As in he got skinnier. And so Jay asked Daniel how he did it, what happened, and that's how I got Jay to be my client. So like the results are so crucial, so crucial. And there's so many more that I can't think of right now because my brain is foggy. But anyway, I know I spoke a lot. I told you a lot. And I hope you really ingrain this, because this is something that I wish I knew earlier, which is don't take shortcuts. Just as long as you provide value to the people that you want to serve, you will win. People want to take shortcuts. People want to do this and that, but not many people genuinely care about their customers or the people that they are serving. So if you just have that, and if you are relentless about getting better every single day, you will win. And so, the final message of this video, to kind of tie it up together in a beautiful bow, is bad actions create bad momentum. Therefore, create good actions, and then you will create good momentum. And when you create good momentum, you will create a good life. Dang, that was a mic drop. Woo! Anyway, what's it called? And I have a really cool slogan that I'm gonna say now moving forward, and it's going to be better daily. Shivers. And I got inspired by that, or I thought of that because my middle name is Thien, right? And in Vietnamese, that means to literally just improve oneself, like to move forward. Thien, my middle name literally means to move forward, and it was given to me by my dad. And so my grandpa, that was his philosophy too. She was like always move forward. Rest in peace, Gramps. But yeah, so if you're watching this, I'm gonna end it with every episode now. It's be better daily. All right, that's it for the PLOG today. This is PLOG V1.31. Peace out. See you guys tomorrow. Be better daily.